What's good, people? It's your boy Rhino. Welcome back to MGTV. We are live and alive. What's everyone saying, man? Today, listen, we're talking double standards today. Double standards, mate. So, Alyssa, what are you telling me, man?
Listen, we're gonna get into it, okay? I already told you. I'm here to just, you know, speak the truth.
Yeah. We got a few more people coming in. Big up Jade in the building. Big up Renzo,
Come on.
Hello.
Yeah, man. Listen, how's everyone feeling today? Let's start with a little warm up, man. How's everyone feeling? Big up everyone in the comments as well. Big up yourselves. Let me get some of the comments out the way. We got a lot of W's, W's in the chat. Listen, as well as the W's, I want to see some likes as well. Let me even do a like check. Let me check right now. Let me see what everyone's dealing with. Cause I need some likes. I need some likes in the building.
Yeah, Mag is already starting.
Oh, is it Mag?
Yeah, he's already starting. He's in it.
Listen, ready. He's ready. All right, let me check something. So we got W's in the chat. Magpies is talking about gender roles. We gotta keep gender roles traditional. Okay. Ain't no way his girl's gonna be a breadwinner. Yeah, maybe we can talk about that still. How's my audio sounding, people? Is my audio sounding good?
Yeah, you sound decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean, yeah. Let me just double check something. Cool. Yeah. I'm not sounding too loud.
Big W's in the chat. Yes, sir. Now you sound good.
W's in the chat. Yeah, man.
Better to hear you than to not hear you. You know?
Yeah. Big up Wacky, man. Yeah, thank you, man. Liking before it's even started because you know it's going to be a W stream. Appreciate that as well. Big up Samantha. W's everywhere. Triple Trey. My guy, big up. Black
Make sure
Ghost,
you guys
big
drop
up.
a like, man.
Yeah, drop a like, please, man. And you guys get involved in the conversation. We're going to talk. It's going to be a heated one because, you females have it easy, You females act like you don't have it easy. Right. You guys have got it easy. You feel me? Who else are we waiting for? We can get rolling like this, to be honest. We've got a good balance here. I've got Renzo on my side. I'm not going to get attacked by the estrogen today,
Bro, you know me. They call me the humbler. You hear me?
Okay. Hey. But listen, let me even bring up the last conversation. So listen, Renzo, last conversation, yeah. These females, 2 of them are in here as well, and then obviously some other females that are, in the chat. We was talking about double standards in a sense in a relationship, innit? So obviously first we spoke about who pays the bill and whatever, But then these females made a statement. They said that what we do, they can do plus what they do. That's basically what they said. What's your thoughts on that?
So basically,
give me a sec. I need to turn something else. Keep going though. Give me a sec.
Yeah, no, you're good. So basically, right? Everybody's a human. Like everybody has the availability to make money and do things that they want to do for themselves. But when we talk about dates, like who's paying and there, I do believe that there is a certain attitude to be learned from as a woman from a man to be able to essentially put into the relationship. Now, if we're talking about actually monetary value, there's a lot of rich women who will make 10 times more than what some men will ever make. And they have the right to act a certain way. They do. But if we're talking about just your regular woman, if it's her idea to go out on the date and you're just, tagging along, she's paying. If it's your idea as the man, which chivalry is one of the topics today, but we'll get into that later. As a man, you should be paying. So, I mean, and we had talked about how, in one of the previous episodes, how there's a certain lifestyle that women like with the bags and everything, and everybody's just trying to go ahead and you know what I'm talking about, and then you're bringing a person into this world or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's kind of really it.
Max just laughing. I'm sorry. I mean, but no woman could brick lay as much as a man.
Fuck no. Hell no.
Oh
No,
my
but that's
God.
what I'm saying. Yes, last week Alyssa said this.
Wait.
Basically, listen, I'm gonna quote Alyssa. If I'm wrong, wherever I go wrong, just fix it up for me. But I believe someone in the chat said, you know what? If a man comes home, he's allowed to be basically tired. Alyssa says, what's the man tired for? Women are home all day looking after the children, cleaning up and whatever. They can probably go out, do what the man did, and still come back and still do what they do at home.
They could,
Listen, I'm gonna tell
but
you.
Oh, they could.
Right.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
they
think
said-
probably I said they could.
tell you a story. My mom used to be a stay-at-home mom, right?
Okay.
And she was in charge of me and my little brother, charge of doing all the dishes. And when my dad came home, he would get very upset whenever the house wasn't clean. Now, as a kid, I'm thinking this guy's being a dick, right? As a 20-year-old man who's been through a couple relationships, if you're at home for 24 hours a day, there should be no reason why the house isn't spotless, in my opinion. Dishes done, laundry folded, and that's all I gotta say. Because if it's not like you're going to the office every day and you're dealing with stupid people. I understand. Like I'm not a bad guy. I understand, but you're literally in the same place at home 24 hours a day. There's no reason why it shouldn't be clean. In my opinion.
Okay,
what have you
is
got to say for that, Lisa?
Okay, so is that gender role or is that just whoever's home?
That's just whoever's home.
Okay.
If I'm home alone all
There you
day,
go.
I
shit
think
get
that
done
works
too.
more if you don't have children. It's harder to maintain the house while your children are running around. You have to look after them. You have to make sure they're not doing anything dangerous. So in order for you to make sure your child's okay, well looked after, you might neglect tidying up for the moment. But it doesn't make you a bad woman or a bad man.
I mean, I mean, children. I don't
Renzo,
have
do you
children,
have
so I
kids?
don't. I can't speak on that because I don't have children.
Well,
I do understand that children are a very big responsibility, and that you should plan accordingly.
There's no such thing as planning for children. I don't know where that came from or like in what universe, unless if you have like a medical condition or a special condition or whatever. You don't plan. Like shit happens. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
It does. Things happen, and then sometimes they happen more than once.
You know what? You're right. Because 99% of plans fail, so you have to kind of like adjust. So
Yeah, you have to wing it.
I just don't. Yeah, exactly. But I think you should wing it strategically.
Yeah. As it presents itself.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, there's always gonna have to be some sort of balance and some sort of reasoning, but I just didn't like the notion of minimalizing how hard work can be outside of the home. It's hard as well, you know.
That wasn't okay, but that wasn't the conversation. Now let's talk about what the conversation was. The conversation was how women get stuck with children and don't have a choice but to step up and just be the parent, right? How men have that leisure to just kind of disappear. Even the men who stay in their child's life, sometimes some of them are in the child's life, but the mother of that man is still the one caring and providing for that child. It's not really him. You get what I'm trying to say? So in that aspect, that's what they're trying to say. Like when we were all talking, right? We were like, so as a man, you go lay brick for 12 hours, right? That's an excuse to why you don't know that your kid wears a 3.5 size shoe.
Okay, in that context, yeah, I get that.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah.
You can't, like, yeah, you're out all day and you're working, and yeah, I get it. Like the mom is at home, right? Or whatever, whoever is at home with the kids, whatever the gender role is, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, it's not about who did more or what's being done or who's doing what. That kid doesn't care. That kid doesn't know the difference. As they grow, they will learn. Okay, mommy stays home with me. She does my homework. She gets me ready for school. She da 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 da. You get what I'm saying? And then they'll know. Okay, dad comes home at 5 o'clock. Mom has dinner by 6 o'clock. If you're in a structure, you understand what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
But at the end of the day, like a child, like a baby, like growing, like they don't know the difference between you being at work for 12 hours or you being at home for 12 hours.
Yeah. So it goes back to what I'm saying. There needs to be a balance. The guy has to be involved in the child's life and not just think of it as I'm out working. I don't have to worry about the other responsibilities. Yeah, I agree with that.
And the conversation is that men put that pressure more on women because women are nurturing, right? Women are the household. They take care. what is it? You fucking what's the saying? The house and the
What?
home. You feel me? A man buys the house, but the woman makes the home the home.
Makes it a home. Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah. Something
right?
like
Something like that. Well, but you know, it still plays into a lot. Like they put too much pressure on the women as to where it's just they don't really have that choice. A woman can't just say I don't want to. Well, they can technically, you know, medically, but a guy at the first sign of saying, "Hey, I'm pregnant," he just disappeared. He just dipped. He don't even
some guys.
I'm just saying they have that option, and a lot of them do. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Listen,
you
it all
don't have
comes
to.
down.
You don't have to stay there through the pregnancy. You get what I'm saying? A woman, even if she doesn't want to keep that kid, she still has to go through the pregnancy. She still has to give birth to the child. She still has to go through all the beginning of stages. You guys just get to fucking go.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Let me go through some of the comments. So Magpies, let's go back a bit. So I haven't left anything out. We've read that one already. Magpies says the woman's job is to stay home and look after the kids, not the man's job. He said the man's job is to work as hard as possible and earn the bread. Yeah, the moolah. If he's done bricklaying for 8 hours, his body is in so much pain, he don't want to do housework. Renzo, what you say about that comment?
Listen,
Magpies?
If that's how he wants to run his household, I completely agree. I think that it is nice to have a woman at the crib, because I remember my mom being home as a child, and just it's that sweet face, that in a sense of she's protecting me, I'm protecting her, and we're both going together. But I did grow up in a household where both my parents worked and ran up a fucking bag together. Like, because now, you know, 2 weeks from now, if we're talking about fucking relationships, we're gonna want to get on this topic. You know what I mean? Because that shit happens together. Mom and dad are running it up together. You know what I mean? And we can't act like that's not important in a relationship. And if you don't have the relationship, then you're just having a broken home. So in my opinion, so if you both can figure out a system to where that works for your household, yeah, fuck it, go ahead, do it. You know what I mean? But like I said, I come from that household where both my parents worked and ran it up together and raised 2 kids, and we played, you know, American football. We played football, going to practice, doing all that, and they still made it happen. So to assign a certain role, I never come from that. You know what I mean? But there were certain things that dad did and certain things that mom did, and that was that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. Let's move on. Samantha here says she's got a niece and nephew that she takes care of sometimes. Big up Samantha with that. Bristol love big ADP. Yeah, come on, man. It's ADP thing, man. Come on, man. Come on. If you know, you know. Got RG in the building. Listen, if you want graphics designs, shout my boy RG. One of the best out there. He's done a lot of label work as well. If you're an artist or you need any sort of graphics work, shout my guy RG Designs, man. Big up, man. Anyways, let's go back to another comment I wanted to even so let's go back to Chivalry. So I was watching another podcast and they said women have killed chivalry, yeah? So I'm just going to put that statement to you, Alyssa. We're going to hear from Jade after. Just, do you agree or disagree, and give me your reasons, and then I'm going to add the context after. But just based on the statement, women killed chivalry. What's your thoughts?
How can women kill something that was intended for men?
Carry on. I'm not going to give no reaction. I'm just going to,
okay.
Elaborate. No, that's it, yeah.
If from the beginning of time, we talked about this in the last, right? A man always courted a woman, right? Even families got married for certain reasons, whatever, right? And they had to you know, do all that good stuff, right? So, I think men killed that because they just killed women's interest in being chased or like sought after, or like women, you know, somebody brought up a point earlier, like women just got you guys don't realize, like, women didn't have the rights that they have now either. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
men were really in control of a lot. So I just feel like men kind of killed it because there was such a control over it, and they used it and kind of mixed it in with being in control type of deal, that women just kind of said, you know. So I think men killed it.
I hear that. What do you think, Renzo?
Okay, so I think both killed it, and here's why I think, and this is what I mean.
You're gonna
So,
play the fence. Bet.
listen, no. Listen what I just said. Hold on.
Them man love the fence.
Listen. I feel like women did kill it in a sense that when a man does something over and over with multiple women, and I'm talking about real dating down the line, real squarish, women start to pick up on that. And they realize, oh, I can get one now. Oh, okay, right. I can get one. And every dude's going to do this. Well, the flip side of that is men started realizing, oh, no, I don't got to do this. She going to give it up anyways.
Right. That was perfect way to end.
Did we lose Renzo?
You never
Renzo,
know.
We lost you for a second. Go on. Go back to
give it up without doing anything.
Yeah.
So guys realize, okay, I don't really have to do much to, for her to give it up, but you never know which guy is which and which woman is which, because there's some dudes who want to be the respectful guy and there's some dudes who want to be the asshole. There's some women that want to be respected, and then there's some that really could care less. You know what I mean? So now you take a guy who is one of those nice guys who do show chivalry. I was raised that way. Be a gentleman. You open the door for the woman. If you ask her out and take her on a date, you pay for her meal. You listen to how she feels, the whole nine, right? So you take a guy like that, and then you meet women who could care less. It starts to dawn on you like, oh, wait a minute, this is not the way she wants to be treated, or I'm supposed to be treating, because we're both just going to string each other along. Now, you take a woman who wants to be treated like that and deserves to be treated like that because she hasn't shown anything else, and then you take a guy who doesn't show chivalry, then that's just a recipe for disaster, arguments, you know what I mean? People not feeling loved. And so I think that due to the lack of communication on whoever's end, it kind of just died away. It was kind of safer to be like, you know what, let's just throw it all away. In my personal opinion, I don't think that was the best idea, because I know I've met a few women that have, acted like they were about it with the chivalry and that they wanted to be treated, and then you hear some shit and you're like, no way, like nah, like that's OD. You know what I mean? So
let me carry on. So let me carry on from your point, Renzo. So this is where the podcast was going. The guy said that basically women like bad boys. Women act like they want the nice guy. They act like they want the guy. So I'm going to give you a perfect example. You watch all them gold digging pranks, yeah? Right. The guy comes, he's so polite to her. Hey, can I have a word? You're looking nice. I just want to have a chat with you. The girl says she's got a boyfriend. But the moment the guy now walks into a Lamborghini, all of a sudden, oh, hey, baby. Like, what was you saying? The guy's thinking, hold on, you got a boyfriend. No, what are you saying? Like, your car's looking nice. Right. Okay, so now she's interested. So you've got two situations here. One person was being nice and respectful, and then you just thought he's looking like a tramp. You judged him. You didn't care about his personality. You didn't care about his chivalry. Now you see him in a nice car. All of a sudden, you want to give him attention. So now we fast forward now. How many guys are going to look at that and watch the same video and think, hold on, nah, man, look, I need to be like that. That's what's killing chivalry, because these women are going, not all women, so let me, don't, I know you guys want to try, don't try to clip me and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Not all women, but that's the general consensus, that women are going to be attracted to something that looks good. Bro, but what's the balance with the chivalry? What if someone's just nice? I'm not saying that someone could be nice and be a bum, but what if someone's generally nice, he's neat, but you just don't think So that's the point.
Listen, nice people, at the end of the day, nice people, genuine people, this is where genuine and nice people mess up, okay? You can be nice and genuine, right? But being nice, really, you can't be nice too soon.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So so like if you come off really nice and really genuine, right, to someone who's like that, right, and that perspective of women, they've seen those videos, they've seen it work for their friends, you know what I mean, like the thirst trap, right?
Yeah.
But like, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Stop the cap. I need a soundboard. I need a
Got
soundboard.
it.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Even her own brain was like, you know what? Let's stop.
Listen,
bullshit.
her
Nah,
own brain.
for real, you know what I'm
Do you know what it
saying?
is?
I'm
I
just
have
saying,
brain.
like, being nice and being genuine up front. That's what I'm talking about. Being nice and being genuine up front really just, it's not a good thing all the time. Like, you really have to get to know a person before you show them that you are that nice and genuine. Because if you come off like that, the first whatever interactions, then it is that person, if they're already used to seeing certain things in a certain lifestyle and seeing people attract certain stuff, right?
So
Women
then
and stuff,
nice people don't have a chance then.
it's not that they don't have a chance. Nice people have to take a step back and
So who gets your
observe the
attention?
situation.
Hypothetically, who gets your attention then? If you're thinking, you know what, this guy's being too nice, I'm not on it. What kind of guy's gonna get your attention?
The person
Let me know.
that's getting my attention is the person who's funny. You get what I'm saying? Like the person
That's
Okay.
true. That's
the
true.
person who like I speak and speaks back. The person who makes me feel comfortable in the room. Like if we're out in a group setting, right, and somebody has a crush on me, whatever, right?
Yeah.
10 people could have a crush on me. We could all be in the same room. The person
Yeah.
who's just being themselves, who's just genuinely interacting and playing off of my vibe, is the person that I'm going to be attracted to. Doesn't matter if we walk outside and he's or she is on a Honda. Doesn't matter if they're wearing a $6,000 watch or
All right, cool. So this person makes you this person makes you laugh, but when you're walking through the door, he lets you open the door yourself. He walks through the door, lets it close behind him, and then you have to open the door yourself. You still like the guy, yeah?
Letting the door close behind him is crazy. That's the first thing. The second thing,
But that's chivalry, though. You don't care about chivalry. You just want it to be funny. You just want it to be funny. You don't care about chivalry.
I'm saying personality-wise, like not judging somebody for what they have. You get what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like manners. You like, yeah, you want to. Yes, say please, say thank you, fucking put a napkin on your lap, like I don't like, yeah, look clean, like I don't know, yeah, open the door for 10 people behind you and let them all not say thank you, whatever.
I'm glad y'all both
courtesy, thank you.
That's OD. That's OD.
Thank you.
No,
That's
I'm gonna bring up the definition of chivalry for the people in the chat.
Because
please do.
That's like the bare minimum. But anyway, so
what's the bare minimum? Holding a door?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. But you know what? Some people weren't.
But it's the intent behind it. It's the intent behind it, though.
Some people weren't raised like that. There's an intent
behind holding a door for somebody. Like you should be able to feel the energy and read the room that when y'all are on a date and bro.
Nah, you guys are going too technical. Listen, no. Everyone stop. Listen.
In public.
Listen, you lot are getting too technical.
They didn't say thank you. Yes or no?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna let him read the definition. Hold on.
Now go on, carry on.
So basically, right? I'm glad that you brought up about being nice, and Rhino, I'm glad you brought up the gold digger thing because there's a girl I went to school with. She was very pretty, seemed very nice.
Hey, Renzo's been through it all, you know.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's crazy. You wouldn't even believe it. But
all right, let me stop you there.
Go.
Yeah, here's the definition. Gifted chick, that's not chivalry, that's courtesy. This is for you, yeah. Here's the definition right here. I'm gonna share the screen just for gifted chick because gifted chick, I feel like I feel like I sense a little bit of cheekiness, like, oh, you know what? Don't you know it's courtesy, yeah. The combination of qualities expected of an ideal knight, namely courage, honor, courtesy, justice, and readiness to help. Oh, but it says help the weak, but obviously that's a different context. But chivalry comes chivalry comes with all of these attributes. Basically, that's for you, gifted chick. Big up you in the chat, though. I hope you've liked the video as well.
But it still falls under courtesy. It says it in the
courtesy is one of the courtesy is one of the attributes under chivalry.
Would still be courtesy. You get what
I'm
saying?
Yeah.
She's not wrong.
But she said it's not chivalry, but courtesy comes under chivalry. Well, it's not one or the other.
It's still categorized under that.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, Renzo. But anyway, so before Renzo carries on his point, that's what I'm trying to say. So Where you say, Alyssa says, I want to hear from Jade as well. Alyssa says that she prefers a guy that's funny and whatever. The context of this question is to identify whether chivalry works. That's what we're trying to identify here. We're not going to go in the nitty gritty and say, oh, it's the man's ulterior motive and it depends why he's holding the door. We don't care about that. We just want to know who killed chivalry, because there's going to be a guy that holds the door just out of genuine courtesy, and there's going to be another guy that holds the door because he's trying to smash, and there's going to be another guy that holds the door because maybe he just wants to hold the door. He likes what he sees, and he holds. I hold the door for guys sometimes. Pause. I hold the door for anybody. You get me? You could be an elderly guy.
Yes,
I'll hold the door. You know what I mean? It's just manners for me. You feel me? When I'm feeling in the mood, more time, I'm going to hold the door for anybody anyway. Obviously, I prioritize elderly and females and whatever, and little children and whatever. But what I'm trying to say, I want, listen, you lot are beating around the bush. I need direct answers.
Yeah, women killed that.
Who killed? Whose fault is it then? If these women are saying this guy's too nice, I prefer him to be funny. Yeah, who's killing chivalry? You, Alyssa, you killed chivalry. You killed chivalry, Alyssa.
I did when I chose the opposite gender. Absolutely.
No, women did kill that shit, because it's just, when you ask how, how did women kill something that was intended for men? They were already doing the shit. That's how you know it's intended for men, because men were already doing the shit.
Yeah, but men have always paid for it anyway, and that's their fault too.
Wow. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
No. You think for a minute, me and a homegirl go out, right? She might be feeling me. I might be feeling her. I'm just going to offer to pay for her shit? Nah.
Yeah. Actually,
yes,
that is real life. That is real life. Renzo,
hold on, let's say what Jade's saying. Yeah, because Jade's been quiet as a mouse. Let's say what Jade's got to say.
If you want to follow the gender norm, Renzo, that's generally how it was. Men were the ones who would pay for dates first. They're the one who would make the first move. They're the one who would court the lady.
But Jade, as Gifted Chick says here, is courtesy only able to be possessed by males? We talked about that. So now what are we saying then? Gifted Chick, can you get into detail? I'm gonna call you GC just to make it. See, I'm giving you your own name, GC. Get into what context do you mean? Like, at the end of the day, chivalry is meant to women, no? As Alyssa said, yeah, it was made for the man.
It was. But she said, "Is courtesy only able to be?"
Yeah, so that's what I want to go into, and it kind of leads into the whole double standards thing. At the end of the day, it was a sponsor saying, "Hold it." Yeah. Okay, I get you. I understand. I just want to go to the nitty gritty. So, did women kill chivalry?
Both.
Yes.
Both.
Yes.
Women killed chivalry.
No. Women.
So my
movement made men more want to throw away the whole concept of being chivalrous, in my opinion. Because
the whole what? Sorry, Jade.
The whole feminist, the overuse of the feminine movement made men want to throw away being courteous towards women as much as they were before, in my opinion.
So what about if I'm a guy, I've never had a girlfriend in my life, I watch all these YouTube videos and all of these rich guys are smashing all the girls, and I'm just a normal guy that just wants to work my 9 to 5 and pay my way, and I see a female, but these females don't want to look at me because they think.
Because if
pardon?
you're doing something,
that's whose fault?
It's the guy's fault in that scenario. Because if you're doing something,
because I'm doing a 9 to 5, it's my fault. I don't want to sell drugs or scam ingers. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to make the chat a bit spicy today. I'm trying to be a bit sarcastic today. But sorry, Jade, go on. Sorry.
Not that part. Just the part where you said he's seen other people do it, so now he's doing it. He's not doing it from his
No, Jade, let me clarify what I meant. I mean, if you see, like, if you are doing what you need to do, but all you see is other kind of men getting successful, don't you think at some point that guy's gonna say, you know what, for me to get a female, I need to be like that? That's what I mean. He's tried his ways not working. But what he normally sees, when he's nice, no one really cares. No one likes the nice guy. You guys don't like the nice guy at the start. You guys don't like it. He needs to change his what?
right women.
I like it.
Yeah, go on.
No, I'm good.
Nah, you lot don't give us a chance, man. We can be. You guys just see us as, what's he doing? He's a bum. Like you guys don't give the normal guys a chance. Let's be honest.
It's because
Let's be honest.
It's because it doesn't give them the ooh factor. You make a girl go ooh.
Yes, yes.
You know,
and do you know why that hits even better? Because he's got the American accent. Ooh, that it hits even. Because if I did it, it's not going to bang the same way. So listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, if a guy, what cars do you guys drive? All right, for example, here I can say one guy can pull up in a BMW, the other guy can pull up in a, let's say, a Vauxhall Corsa, a Toyota, a Toyota, yeah.
Damn, the new Camrys are actually nice. I ain't gonna hold you.
Alyssa, the guy pulls up to you in a Toyota. He's so nice. He's approached you perfectly. He even makes you smile. Tell the truth. Are you giving him attention like that compared to a guy?
Camry?
No. A Toyota CHR.
Okay, y'all. Guys, I like people who are themselves. I don't know how else to say that. I don't know how else to say that. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. The car thing.
No, listen, you convinced yourself there and then.
No,
you just convinced yourself.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The car thing is not a big deal to me. Okay, the car thing.
Yeah, I'm just throwing in a hypothetical.
The shoe thing is, let's say the shoe thing. Okay, like if we're out or we're going somewhere, we're whatever, and your shoes, you're not looking. You could be as nice as you want. If you don't look the part, you know what I mean? Then yeah, you're not like, you can't have dirty fingernails and like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that has to be a standard.
Yeah, but y'all Air Force Ones be all fucking dirty.
Who's Air Force One?
That we supposed to be behind you.
Renzo, who's Air Forces?
Your Air Forces be all fucked up. Got fucking dirt from it. From
you know why? Because men aren't chivalrous or whatever the fuck, and they're not buying us fucking forces. What can we say?
Well, okay, all right.
Buy your women fucking forces, chat.
But like, they're $90, shorty. Just go get you a quick pair, bro. You good? Like, if you ain't got $90, I don't think I need to be fucking with you anyways. You know.
And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. That's why I feel like women did actually kill chivalry, because obviously there's a small percentage.
Can't go on a picnic.
There's a small part to play in terms of a man blaming the male, but I just feel like just because of the standards that females have set, I don't think you females like the average guy. Maybe after a while you guys take him in and whatever, you take him seriously, but on first approach, you guys are going to go for the guy that looks better, even if the guy that looks better is not as nice as the other one, and the guy that doesn't look as nice is more chivalrous and he's more polite and he's more welcoming. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something.
Damn, she called me by now I feel like I'm in trouble.
No, I was gonna ask you, has anybody thought that maybe it's not about who's the nice guy and who's not the nice guy? It's about like who actually like takes the lead, or like who's dominant and puts like actually like maybe it's not about not liking the nice guy, is that the nice guy's quiet. The nice guy's shy. But
that's what I said to you, Alicia. Sorry to cut you off, yeah. But that's what I said earlier. What if the nice guy is the one holding the door for you, the one being polite, but you look at him thinking he's just not cutting the part? What if he's got nice Air Forces, but the guy next door's got flipping Louis Vuittons or something, and he just looks a bit more well like presented in terms of I'm gonna even use what's the word that we call designers and stuff? What's the word I'm looking for? Materialistic things, yeah. Sometimes materialistic things, as much as people cap, I see it on the internet so much. People cap and say, oh, they're not materialistic and whatever. But when two people approach you, you're gonna go for the materialistic guy. It's a fact. If a guy's got a nice Rolex on and he's looking neat, and the other guy's wearing Primark top to bottom, or should I say H&M, but he's still nice, the other guy could even have more money. But you're going to go for the second guy, even if he's rude to you a bit. You're not going to take the nice guy that looks basic. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm walking away with somebody who's being rude to me no matter how much money is in their bank account. And that's what I'm trying to say. If you are, and I'm being serious, okay? When people have money, they have control. They have a sense of entitlement, right? So there's really like, you become a possession, right? Now, do you want to be valued in your relationship, or if you value your relationship off of materialistic things, then you are another possession in that relationship. You understand what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, it also comes down to what kind of quality of a person are you trying to attract. Yeah, the guy with Louis Vuittons might be, great, and but guess what? He might work 100 hours a week and be in different states, and he might be entertained by other women, and I might only see him 8 hours for whatever, but my hair's done, the cars are paid, the house is good. Like, that's not enough. You understand what I'm trying to say? Sometimes you as a person just have to have that discernment too. Like, if somebody's being rude, women don't like being disrespected. So if you're rude, it doesn't matter what you have, but then it's like what you said about the Lamborghini stuff. There's different types of women, there's different types of men, and we can't put them all into categories. We can categorize them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Nah, Alyssa, you're mad smart. Like, you're smart. Like, I hear it in, like, when you're talking like that, like, that's smart, because in another situation, in another scenario, you know what I mean? That's gonna make the girl go ooh. You know what I mean? The fucking Louis Vuitton is gonna make her go ooh, and then when she tries to talk to him and he starts acting like an asshole, it's gonna make her go, oh shit. And then she looks back at her nice ass boyfriend who is probably who's doing well for himself. She's gonna be like, this is fun. This is something new. And then it's going to be short term. If you're talking long term, you're on the money. You're good. But if we're talking short term, Rhino's got it. Like, that's just how, how it works. Yeah. You know what I mean? So what, like, and that's even going too deep into it, short term and long term. There's a very big chance that Shorty just never leaves him because she likes that. So when you're speaking like that, you're the 1%. You're smarter than a lot of these. Yeah. Me and Rhino, and I don't want to speak for you, Rhino, but I know for me, I've been the nice guy, but I've also been the asshole, and I can tell you which one for me benefited more.
Go on, tell us.
Been on both sides
tell
of
us.
Too.
The nice guy, because I'm a gentleman, so I like being.
Cheers. Big up, gifted chick. Yeah, she says you lose them how you get them. Yep.
That's it.
Amira, sweets and treats. Money's not everything. It's true, 100%. If money's the draw, a bigger back can change a heart real quick. Yeah. That's in life. That doesn't, that's like, I've seen my uncle switch up for a bag, so I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. At the end of the day, in life, nice people deserve more, but obviously it just depends on the context of what females we're talking to and the context of how the guy approaches that female as well. That's when you're getting technical. But I think generally, man, just the standards that. And even just the whole women empowerment now, and women are saying that we can do it ourselves and stuff. That's probably killed chivalry, kind of, not on purpose, but it's like women are becoming more independent. It's more of an independent movement kind of thing. So yeah. Anyways, Renzo, do women have it easier?
Alyssa, what you think?
Do women have it easier?
Let us know in the comments as well. If you guys, big up everyone in the chat still. I appreciate all of you guys. Please leave a like in the video and keep firing your comments, man. I appreciate all the interactions, man. Keep it coming.
I don't know.
Because I feel like women, I think women have more of a chance to make it easier for themselves. And when I mean when I say that, I mean like in a financial why are you looking like that? No, because listen,
you talk about Lisa.
I just watched the podcast, bro. Sharp's podcast with No Jumper, bro. You got a 22-year-old. You have a 22-year-old who lives in LA that is letting dudes pay her for whatever she does, and I'm not shaming that. But I know that in 22, my life is going to be looking a lot different from hers, and I'm starting businesses and doing real estate shit, all that. But you're talking about a girl who gets paid to just be, you know what I mean, doing what she does.
Okay, because
how's that not easy?
Men aren't porn stars and do the same stuff and sexualize themselves as well. Like, come on, what are we talking about right now? Like, because you called me the 1%, right? About the whole like relationship shit, right?
Right.
So now we're gonna call you the 1% on girls just getting on the internet and being naked. You know, like
you see how I was being nice and then she clapped back at me, bro? That's
no,
that's crazy.
because no,
Crazy.
That's crazy. I said you the 1%.
Women don't have it easier than men because women are in constant competition with each other. Women,
that's your fault. That's not.
I hear you, but just hear me out, okay? Men, right, or whatever the control structure, right, have put that pressure on women. Like you guys don't have that pressure. Like men, you guys talk shit to each other, you fall out, and then the next day it's like, unless if it's some real like, you guys aren't emotional falling out with your friends. You understand what I'm trying to say? Or like even in business aspects and situations, like men always have money as the focus, right? Money is always the goal, is always the focus. Women don't have that. They don't have that support within each other where it's always they never, that's why they're seen as the weaker when it comes to business and stuff like that, because they're seen as everything is emotional, right? So men are less emotional. Why? Because they could just brush that shit off and whatever. So I just feel like women just have it a little bit harder when it comes to, because we have it on the topic, right? Business, double standards in the business, and right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Like I think women, especially in business, have it a little bit harder because it's hard for them to build up. It is. It's always some low key, you know, they don't have the same support structure.
I'm gonna get back to the workspace context. I'm talking about in a sense where if I step out right now and you step out, who can find it easier to make money quicker? Like who has it easier? And I'm gonna give the context because I know Jade watched this as well. A guy, in terms of relationships, I think it's easier for a woman to get a guy than a guy is to get the woman. That's what I think. And then let me tell you why. Tell me if you disagree. So, do you agree or disagree, by the way? Do you think women can get a guy easier than a guy can get
I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. For example, just like the other podcast I watched, a woman can get flown out the next day just because she looks pretty on Instagram, while the guy has to be doing the flying out. The guy has to do more. He has to have the money. Women can, if she really wanted to live off a guy and make money, she could. Guys can't do that. Women can get into clubs for free. Women can use their assets and stuff to work their way in society to realistically get what they want. Realistically. So with that gone, Renzo, what are you saying?
So yeah, basically like something that you said like about how it's hard or it's easier for us to just brush shit off. That's not necessarily true, because I know that there's been many men in this world who have lost dear friendships with him and another dude that was his friend that probably fucked him up, like that, like got him into all up in his head, like, oh my god, this is, you know, I don't know why he stopped fucking with me, like, you know, I thought we were boys, etc. So that's not necessarily true. But I do agree with, you know, you guys not having that support. But I feel like that's unfair to y'all to bring that on to us, because that's y'all's situation. You know what I mean? And to tag on to what Rhino said, exactly. You know what I mean? A woman posts a good looking photo, they on that. Hey, come, you know, I'm gonna fly you out. A shorty running the street, like, hey, you know, naked, who wanna hit? She's gonna get one dude. A dude do that, he's going to prison. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying we need to take it there. You know what I mean? That's just something that if you put it in perspective, you know, that's a little easier there. But no, I feel like the emotional piece is I could see how you got to that conclusion, because we're just not crying all the time. I'm not saying that women are known for crying all the time. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we'll never show it, and we're not supposed to, because that's how you lose your girl to Louis Vuittons and a Lambo. So that's just that's how it is.
But okay,
you have the power. If you have a boyfriend right now, you have the power to be like, nah, later I'm going with my guy right here. What's he gonna do about it? What is he gonna do about it?
Burn the neighborhood down.
Why? Why? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why?
Like,
why is that even an option?
Because if we like, what? You're just gonna let me go with somebody else? Like, that's crazy. Like, you never liked me then.
What? Hey, nah, you're tripping. Nah, what are you talking about?
Like, what? You just gonna let me go?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
crazy.
bro. Bro,
That's
okay, so
crazy.
are you for real right now? Or are you being funny? Like,
I'm trolling you, Renzo. Relax.
oh,
Take a
okay,
deep
I'm
breath.
about to,
Hit
hey,
your asthma pump.
yeah, I know, right? I'm about to go
Hit your
hit my,
asthma
I need to
pump.
go.
Asthma
I need to
pump.
go hit my EpiPen or some shit.
Yeah, you need to.
So-
No, but seriously, in that aspect, no, women, I agree with you. Like women do have it easier when it comes to that, right? But like that's not all women. And unfortunately, like it's sad to say, but yeah, you know, they can. They can, if you have a nice body, you have a nice set of tits, whatever, a nice ass, you know, you can just go to the beach and post yourself half naked, you know what I mean? And get traction. You do. Women will always pull men faster, but it's also because of that desire of sex too. You get what I'm saying? Like a woman who puts herself out there sexually or in that image, right? Men are always going to be attracted to that because you get what I'm saying? Like they're like, oh, well, this is an opportunity. As to where a man puts himself out there sexually, women really aren't like there's some that do, but like they're not really chasing a man off of social media like that, or like sending them DMs like, yo, I'll fly you out, or I'll like that's not the role. You know, if we're talking about roles, then women definitely got it. I mean, and even illegal stuff, unfortunately, you know, like, yeah, girls could walk into a strip club and go get a stripping job tomorrow. You can. You get what I'm saying? You can stand
Or
on the side of the
even
corner.
even
like,
to carry
do
on from
whatever
your
you want.
point. Sorry to cut you off. Even carrying on
yeah.
from like in terms of a policeman stopping somebody, he's not going to stop the woman. The woman can probably get away with it more likely than the guy would, because a policeman's going to assume that it's more of a male thing in terms of someone carrying a drug or whatever. But anyway, now that segues back into my last point now. So now we go back to females, male and female back in the workplace. So now do women actually have it harder, or is it just the way you guys execute yourself? Because you can be sexy and still be like suave with it. You don't have to be a hoe. You don't have to come across tacky. You know, you can still use your assets to get where you need to be without doing any hoe stuff. So realistically, is it still harder now in this day and age?
I think so, man. I'm gonna go with the women on that one. It being a little harder for them, because if a woman's not even gonna use her ass or tits in a professional world if she really loves that job. You know what I mean? I've seen women who've built real estate companies from the ground up, never showed no tits, no ass, never used that as a tactic, nothing, and it wasn't harder for her than the woman who did. You know what I mean? So in a sense of how you use that, I don't think they have it that easy. You know what I mean? If they're play by play how we think they're doing.
Yep. Alyssa, what was you saying?
I think it comes down to the leadership. You know, I feel like a lot of men overlook women for opportunities. You get what I'm saying? And I think what it is that sometimes men go into those, especially in like the leadership roles, they go into those situations where they expect girls or women to be a certain way with them. And sometimes when the foundation of the leadership is lacking and you have people in position that want those interactions, because you can be professional and not be close to somebody. You get what I'm saying? You can just be an acquaintance, you know, high and by and only speak about business. But I think women do kind of have it a little bit harder, because the moment that they're a little bit standoffish, or they stand on a boundary, or they speak up about something, you know, it's like it's shut off.
Yeah.
It's seen as
100%.
You know,
100%.
Because in the workplace, they're seen more as a liability. The one who, if they get married, they might leave the job, especially if they have children.
Right.
They're child sick, they're going to be the ones to take time off.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are all taken into account when they're looking at hiring women over men.
100%. I agree. Women do have it harder, man. Let me go through some of the comments. GC says here, gifted chick, women have it harder. Waki says, women have it harder for sure. Gifted chicks again, higher expectations and less respect, working 10 times harder to get promotions. 100%. Samantha says yep. And gifted chick again, your credentials are questioned a lot more than any man. Yeah, 100%. I agree, because it's like going back to what Alyssa said and a bit of what Jade said, and what pretty much the whole panel, my lovely panel, is a thing where you guys are seen as the, like Jade said, the liability or the weaker person, the person that, you know, kind of is likely to might get pregnant and or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, within reason, I can understand why. Like, for example, there might be certain things that you might physically not be able to do as much, but it shouldn't be held against you. Everyone should be put in the right compartment of the job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and respected the same way. You shouldn't be looked differently just because he can do that part. You might be able to do something else that, you know what I mean? If you could do something better than the guy's not going to be looked down on. Whereas the other way around, you know what I'm saying? But the other way around, if the guy can do something better than the woman, he's looked at better. But the woman's never looked at better when she can do something better. It's like what Gifted Chick says, you have to work. Yeah, you have to work harder. So even when you guys work harder, you have to work so hard before you're actually respected at the right level. It's not a thing where, you know, you can just be a bit better and you're respected. So 100% I agree, man. I also wanted to talk about, okay, so moving on now. So like Renzo said, Renzo was talking about depending on what type of workplace it is. If we move the workspace from an office job into something like the industry, let's talk about music videos, let's talk about streaming, yeah? Who has it easier? And it's still a workspace, but it's different context now.
Well, it depends on what you're talking about, in my opinion. Because if you're talking about, you know, hustling drugs, shooting guns, sliding on ops, then men got that. But you talk about, you know, obviously, you know, popping ass, in the club, women got that. You know what I mean? Because I've been in. Well, I know girls shoot guns, but I've been in the car. I've been in the car with another woman who says, "Nah, I don't like when girls talk about shooting guns and all that." You know what I mean? And I've never had a problem. If Nicki Minaj laid out a hard drill track right now, talking about how she slid on all her ops, Lil Kim, etc., and it crank, I'm gonna listen to it. You know what I mean? So when I heard her say that, it was kind of like, what? Like, why? Oh, because it's a girl. And it's like, oh, well, I never looked at it that way. You know what I mean? So they do have it harder in that sense. You know what I mean? But
so specifically, I'm talking about the industry. So let's say I'm going to pick two industries. Streaming. If I stream right now and a pretty female streams, or let's say Alyssa or Jade streams, who do you think gets more attention quicker?
Who's answering that? Me? Okay, bet. So listen, if you don't have a personality, I'm not watching you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, so
you're both even. Who gets clicked on quicker?
For me, it depends on the topic.
Yeah, right. If the girl's doing like an ASMR stretching video, then obviously she's getting clicked on first.
Okay, so the guy's doing a stretching video and the woman's doing a stretching video. They're both fit. They're both nice. Who do you think gets clicked on quicker?
Damn, that's tough.
The women are going for the men, and the men are going for the women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I see that. I don't want to see another man beat your hanging down doing stretches and shit. Like what I look like, bro. Like, man, chorizo hitting the mat and shit. Like, I'm gonna look at shorty. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, cool. So let me elaborate on that. What do you think's all right? Cool. Do you think a lot of women are watching men stretch in comparison to a lot of men watching women stretch?
Absolutely.
Like 50-year-olds.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you take a look at any industry, I had this conversation earlier too, even in the beauty industry, right? Women want to learn from men. Men are head of every industry that there is. So, and what is it? Richard Simmons? What was that? Yo, listen. Yes. Women are there's more women paying to watch men in tights than there are men paying women in tights. Absolutely.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I thought that would have been the other way around. Men are more likely to pay for it than women.
No, like I don't know, like clicking into stuff, free content. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know?
Because I believe someone did earlier say that men pay for it. So I don't know now all of a sudden women pay for it as well. So it's just a bit interesting.
We're talking about streaming, bro. We're talking about streaming and content. And in like, I don't know, in the industry, you definitely pay for it. I don't care what nobody says.
So
and paying for it can mean a lot of things. It doesn't mean that you're like, here, here's $50, spread your legs. Like, no, you know, like, no, paying for it could be just like you buying the bottle. and you know
Yeah.
shorty likes to drink. You just paid for
Yeah.
it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
doing things, paying for things intentionally, knowing that the other person is attracted to those things, is you
Mhm.
paying for it, because you're kind of seducing that person. You're bribing them. You're making they're giving them something that they're attracted to. So you can't be
Yeah.
mad either when women chase you for the things that you're, you know, putting out. You know what I mean? Well, women have to
Magpies
sit there and barely do anything.
says here, sorry to cut you.
Yo,
Yeah,
so
no,
point me
yeah.
to these men,
Yeah.
because like I've been doing this
Yeah.
shit for 4 years. So like, what do I gotta do?
No, do you know what it is? I don't know. I'm on the fence with this. I feel like females have it easier in this kind of industry because I feel like things that are sexualized is more women. It's more woman run bit. I think men are getting into it now, but I think generally it's a woman dominated business when it comes to the sexual content online. I think now men are trying to, you know, do their thing, and you get me.
Oh,
but I feel like
sexual content online, then yeah, I know you're absolutely.
But it's the same principle in terms of what grabs people's eyes when you're streaming. So, brother, I open Twitch, I see people and women sitting by the pool and that. A man sitting by the pool is not going to get clicks. I feel like more men are looking for women sitting by the pool than women are looking for men sitting by the pool.
It depends where the man's at in the world. Come on. If a girl's sitting in her living room with a bikini on, and then there's a guy in like Brazil or something, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna watch the guy in Brazil, bro. Like, I could go to my living room and stare at my own living room.
Not to put you on blast. When's the last time you searched? When's the last time you watched something that was appealing to your eye?
Sometimes on the stream with people, like.
But do you think men? Because you guys said it earlier. I'm very on contradictions. Yeah, I missed the context. You guys said it basically in the last stream that men are more the dogs, men are more the horny ones, men are more the aggressors, men are more the person that sexualizes stuff. But now you're saying it's an even world. Both men and women both look for the same things.
It depends on the
No, forget the content. Wait, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. In a general idealized world, you guys said it's even. That's what you just said. So in one context, men are more horny and men like it more. But now women look for it just as much as men do. So how are men hornier then? Or how do men want it more? If men want it, how do men want it more?
Men are out there about it.
Say again.
Men are likely to take the women up on the offer, whereas women would just reject the man.
She'll fantasize before she takes action.
Yeah.
No, you guys stop patronizing me. Listen to what I'm saying. listen to what I'm saying. You guys are walking around the pond. We're gonna jump right in it. Listen, I said there's a man doing one thing in a topless shirt. There's a woman in a bra. You guys just said both parties have just as much attention. So a woman's going to click on a man, and
that was exercise. If a man's exercising and a woman's exercising and they're doing the exact same thing, who's going to click on what? But if a woman's doing something and she looks more sexually attractive, she's going to have both men and women clicking on her. Whereas the man is just going to have women clicking on him. So in that aspect, the woman would have more of an audience.
Yeah, that's my whole point.
Yeah,
that's my whole point.
We're not saying we don't agree with you.
But you said it was equal at the start. The comments all said it's equal as well. And I sense contradiction. No.
In that situation,
no. You see how no. This is the same trap that you guys fell into last time. No, this is the same trap that you guys fell into last time. Listen to what I said. I've asked the same question in two different ways. Do you know that? Back me in the comments if I'm capping. I've asked the same thing and I've got two different answers. It's so funny.
Scenarios.
No, it's the same principle. A man topless and a woman topless. More women are gonna get okay. But I tried to find an example of something that's the same. But if when women are generally more hunted on than men are, that's what I think personally, and it's in all contexts, whether it's pornography, whether it's music videos, whether it's streaming. I think the women fan base have it more easier. OnlyFans is women dominated. Why?
Yeah.
If men can,
But you're
if
talking
men can
about
literally.
sex. Women-
No, only found people show their toes. A man showing his toes and a woman showing his toes.
That's just
Women are gonna get more
weird.
attention.
Can we get a statistic on that? Like, how many people buy fucking feet pictures for real?
Oh,
Can we
wait,
get
pause,
I'm
guys.
serious.
Wait, pause, chat. Pause,
I'm
chat.
asking.
And wait, pause, chat. And listen, what statistics? But earlier on, she said that she did a research study and something about men. Well, can you bring up your point you said earlier? Where's your stats? Can I have your stats, please? What point did you bring up earlier?
I want to know what percentage of men are out here actually buying feet pics. I want to know.
Okay, wait. Alyssa, what point did you make earlier that you said it's more male dominated?
I don't remember, and we move forward from that.
Conveniently, you don't remember.
In the present. I'm just curious though. You know, like, okay.
So now when I bring up a point, I have to bring stats, but I didn't ask you for stats when you brought up your point.
No, because okay, listen. I'm not arguing with you. There was a girl on social media, whatever, the little OnlyFans thing. She was selling her farts in jars.
Oh, I see that too.
I'm just saying, like,
no, I'm good.
Sell their underwear. You know what I mean? so yeah, I guess. But that's not all women though. That's not every girl. Every girl is not getting on here with a camera and showing their chest for money.
Yeah,
that's not happening. It's true. You want me to find the girl's website? I can look it up, yo. I don't remember her name, but I'll just type in bottled farts or some shit.
Hey, Alyssa cop the fart. She ain't gonna count.
Man's, so you're saying that that's crazy, man.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the thing. You're talking about feet pic.
But
I big up Jamie.
But if you ask her why she do it, she gonna be like, "Oh, I'm a hustler." Like what? Like no.
Bro, there was another girl that was selling her bath water. She was taking baths with like herbs and shit and selling her bath water. Like, yeah, I get it. Like women, they do. They can get a lot away with a lot. They can. But
so it's not even. It's not even anymore. It's not even anymore.
I'm just about to piss on flowers and sell it, bro. Watch how.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like.
So wait. So.
No bullshit. But mine ain't gonna sell like hers though. You know.
So Jade and Alyssa, have you guys backtracked on your original statement? So women have it easier in this industry then.
Hoes have it easier. Yeah, absolutely. The business women, no, they don't.
The amount of times that Alyssa's choked in this conversation, yeah. Listen, if this was 8 Mile, Eminem were battle rapping, listen, you'll be off the stage already. Really get me like this. She'll be off the stage like this. Boop.
No, that's fucked up, bro. Bring her back, bro.
I know those days by heart, by the way.
I'm joking. No, I love it. Listen, that's my people's, man. Listen,
I agree.
That's what. So that's me. So this is what I love to do. Like, this is my personality. I like to find contradictions. I know you guys don't mean it, but I feel like it's such a female thing to proper contextualize things and proper make it. Like you guys edit a scenario based when it's for you guys it has to be specifics and but this and if this was like that. But since as a guy, we don't have that opportunity to add context sometimes. We just get thrown it straight into the mud. Like you guys don't turn around and say, oh, but what if he's going through something? Let's say now a woman is
always do.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna give one example and I want you to answer straight, no cap. If a man's going around doing a lot of females and a female's going around doing a lot of males, yeah, and women will say, oh, but maybe it's what she's been through. She's been traumatized and whatever. You know, it's probably that her upbringing. No one's going to look at a man and say that. They're going to call him a dog. Why can't the man be traumatized? Why can't he have been? Maybe his dad didn't raise him well. Maybe his dad didn't teach him about self-respect and whatever. So I'm saying in that context, you guys are more likely to diss the man and not give him any kind of mitigating circumstances as opposed to a female.
And it's used against us. Like how many times have we been in an argument? It's all because of this reason, because of that thing that happened to you in your childhood. You're so fucked up, and you're using it in an aggressive manner. Versus us, we'll be like, "Oh man, that sucks."
Okay, but as an adult, you make your own choices. So if you're not learning from your mistakes and you're continuing to do the same thing, you can't now blame someone else and your upbringing. But you're old enough to actually recognize your actions and learn from it.
That's the whole
Now,
thing
listen.
with trauma, though, that it's engraved in your brain, that your brain just responds and does it.
But that's
You know
what therapy is for. That's what's learning.
Oh no! Oh
Yo,
no!
she
Oh,
said therapy. That's
nah.
crazy. So listen,
Nah.
All right, Gifted said that I'm capping, basically. They call us hoes. That's true. But I'm just saying, if we had to find mitigating circumstances in certain aspects of who gets to have an excuse, women get to have more of an excuse.
No,
Yeah.
we don't. Because like
Yes, you
she
do.
said, our reputations get tarnished.
mhm.
Men will not want us, whereas men can go around and have sex with like 1,000 women and he will still
All right.
find a wife tomorrow.
All right, cool. That's true. Maybe you have me on that one. Oops. But listen, watch this. I'm saying in the context of if a man went to therapy and a woman went to therapy and was watching what do you guys what do Americans call it? It's like a sitcom, innit? Like a show or whatever, yeah. If we're watching a show right now, Jade, what's that show that was on and it was going viral and it was made from the people from Backchat? What was that called again?
It was also called Backchat. Sorry, guys, the baby in the background. It was also called
Oh, I can't remember. But I just feel like in situations like that, people will more justify women's trauma than a man's trauma. That's what I feel like in life. You guys have more of a, but you don't know what she's been through, and maybe it's the guys that she was with that made her like that, and all of that stuff. But no, that's what I think anyway.
So
But maybe like Gifted Chick says I'm capping, but you know what I'm saying.
But you saw, my fault. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Now go on, Renzo.
You saw how easy it was for Jay just to be like, nah, but just go to therapy. You know what I mean? Like versus talk about that with a woman, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I can change her, and then boom, it's just a fucked up process moving forward. I get called gaslight. I'm saying if I get called, gaslighting, narcissistic, whatever, again, that's a negative connotation towards me. You call
take the floor, my boy.
You call a girl crazy and she no. Dudes are just gonna be like, oh nah, give her. It's probably because of the dudes before her. Da-da-da. You know what I mean? And we're talking about 30 seconds in talking about the woman and 2 years in a relationship talking about the guy. So that shit makes just no sense. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Jade, Renzo says it makes no sense. What do you have to say about it?
What makes no sense? Sorry.
Basically how, like when we were talking about how in a relationship you're like, if you call me gaslighting or narcissistic, it was easy for you to just be like, yeah, go to therapy. But you say that to a dude, they're gonna try and nourish the woman, try and take care of her, and then it's just gonna keep hurting him. And we're talking about a guy who just met a woman and a woman who's been in a relationship with the guy.
But if you genuinely have feelings for someone, you'd never just throw therapy at that one. That's just an option that's out there. If you do care for the person, you're going to try and coach them through what they are going through and try and understand them and help them through it. I wasn't necessarily saying that, they must just go to therapy and it's just easy as just turning around one day and speaking to someone, because not everyone's able to do that.
Right.
So it's literally just a thing of working through things with someone if that's what you're willing to do with that person. But therapy should be, I believe everyone should go to therapy. We all have some sort of trauma in our past. So for me, I think anyone could benefit from it.
I think in a sense this is therapy. I like shooting the shit and throwing ideas between the four of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good vibe.
I just think that when we talk about especially mental health, I'm a big mental health guy. Like I care about that because I've seen many people who have fallen off on the deep end just because their mental health wasn't right. But anyway, it just doesn't. It just don't. When you take a woman, like if Alyssa's hurt as a dude, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, are you okay? Or in a sense of why did he cheat on you, etc. But if I'm fucked up, it's a different story.
Yeah, and that's the kind of analogy I mean. That's where I was going with it. I feel like in terms of like who has it hard in certain situations, no one gives the guy any like, maybe he's gone through something, or let me see if he's okay. Even just simply having a child. Fair enough, the female has had to go through the whole 9 months and the whole traumatizing. I can't find the right word, but the whole experience of bearing a child, giving a child, whatever. But then sometimes the men just gets forgotten about, like, the man don't get the congratulations. Oh, we got Jamie in there. The guy don't necessarily get the congratulations, and I just feel like Jamie said here, if a man admits how he feels, it makes him look vulnerable. Do you want to elaborate on that, Jamie? Big up, Jamie.
That's true. It's harder for a man to talk about his
Jamie's
feelings.
not here
Yeah.
yet. Do you want to elaborate, Jamie?
What's happening, people?
What's good, man?
Nah, literally, like I was saying, like guys are built up to be they're meant to be the macho head honcho in society. We're not meant to have any weaknesses. We're not meant to have any sort of vulnerabilities. So when we admit that we're going through something or something's getting to us, it's a sign of weakness. Society sees it as a sign of weakness. That's just my opinion, anyway.
No, you're right.
No, you're
Yeah,
right,
that is
and
true.
right, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, so it sucks because you're right. From a society point of view, from a society standpoint, right, the man is the head, the honcho, right, whatever. But in reality, it's kind of like how Jay just threw out therapy out there, right?
Yeah.
There has to come a point where you surround yourself with people who you feel safe with. And I think that a lot of that, to go and say, this is how society sees me, we have to break out of how society sees us and accept what we have within our surroundings. Because a lot of us do this thing where we self-sabotage too, right? Where we have people who are there for us, people who genuinely care, who want to have a conversation, right? But we turn them away. Why? Because we are scared of being vulnerable, right? We are scared of that interaction or going to that place of having to explain to somebody what it is or how it is that your mind actually works, right? That fear of somebody else being able to understand you and then saying, let's fix this. Because saying let's fix this means that we have to take the steps to heal together, whether it's together or you, like she said, go to therapy. So in that aspect, society in itself is the issue. Society puts all these pressures on everything in life. How much money you make, the type of person you date, the type of house you buy, the type of car. Everything is a pressure that comes down from society. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is harder for you guys because you have to keep those roles up, and women are seen, you guys are protectors. That's your job, is to protect us, right? But then when we talk about gender roles, right, our job is to nurture you guys. So how can we do your job if you can't trust us to be vulnerable with, or if you can't open up? Because we're a team, we have to work together. So as much as you are my protector is as much as I am your therapist, I am your backbone, I am your ear, even if it's just sitting in silence. You get what I'm saying? Like,
very true.
It's the quality of people you're around, and it's sad to say, but you have to have that, and you have to kind of hurt people don't realize when they have that person. You get what I'm saying? And
that's a good point. But how many females are going to sit down and try to be the therapist or try to be understanding?
It doesn't have to be, or even if they romantic though. It could be within your families. It could be a sister, a friend, someone you trust. It doesn't even have to be another woman. Your brother, someone who you trust, being in a vulnerable state with. Everybody needs that.
Yeah, but when you were explaining it, it did sound like it was coming from a woman's point of view when you were saying that. So like that's the point where it's like you even think about the past woman that did what that he did open up to, and then he just did some grimy shit.
Yeah.
And he can't even, and he can't even move forward, because now we're talking about what we were talking about in the beginning, which is thinking about that trauma of, again, a woman did him dirty. Let me try and dig deeper. You know what I mean? That's you don't even want to open that can of worms. So it is easy to say that with the societal parameters and how they treat people, but when we start to get into the nitty gritty, whether it be with another man, like as our best friend, or a woman that we're supposed to be with, it gets very, very sticky.
It does, but that's also coming down to the point of having to heal those traumas and not going forward. Like if you just went through a really bad relationship, right? Then our conversations should be nowhere emotional when it comes to a relationship aspect with us, right? If we're going to talk about, right, like if we're going to talk about, what you've been through, and there has to be a point where you have to heal what you went through And then you build those boundaries, like what Jamie just said, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's about learning how to set boundaries. And then it's just not giving yourself to everyone who comes across your path. That, you know, you start to put those boundaries up where you make people prove it. And sometimes, you know, it's like you said, it gets sticky. We can say whatever we want to say. We don't know why people switch up on each other after 15 years. We don't know why the best friend sleeps with his man's wife, or the dad walks out and never comes. It's all sticky. It's all scenario.
Yeah.
You know, but I think the main factor is absolutely, you guys have it harder when it comes to having to just hold your emotions.
Yeah.
You know, you're absolutely right. Narcissism exists in both women and female. It's a form of manipulation, like you said, gaslighting. That can go between any gender. You get what I'm saying? And what Renzo was saying, it absolutely can go back to the trauma of, you know what, when a woman is manipulative, right, or she does certain things, they are going to go, oh, well, wow, well, she grew up like this, or this was her trauma, right? As to where a guy does something manipulative and whatever, he's just an asshole. There's no trauma behind it. There's no how he was brought up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just, he gaslighted me, he lied, he cheated on, he you know, whatever. Meanwhile, he grew up watching his dad beat his mom his whole life and screwing other girls in and out of the house, and doesn't know how to have a healthy relationship.
Literally. Learned behavior. I was going to say that. A lot of things are learned behavior.
Yeah.
Learn behavior. I don't mean to cut anybody off. Learn behavior. I was having a conversation with a group of people the other day, right? And I was talking about the first podcast that we did with the double standards, the men going out to work, the kids, all of that stuff. And he pretty much, older man, probably in his 70s, he repeated back to me and he said, well, that's how I grew up. Like, my mom did what she did in the house, and I watched my father come home every day. And when I grew up, that's what I did. I went to work and I found a woman who wanted to raise my kids. So it's absolutely learned behavior. That's why they call them generational curses. There's comes a point in your bloodline where someone in your family heals you guys from all of that. They are the person who steps up to the plate and they go, I watched my great grandfather and I've heard stories about this, and I'm gonna be different. Or the kid who does learn how to invest their money and save their money and be financially smart because they grew up watching everybody in their life not have it. Everybody struggle. People argue and kill each other over money. It's learned behavior. Exactly what you said, man. I mean, there's no other way to explain that.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And this is where now our conversations get deep, and that's what I like about us. We can have all the jokes and have all the banter and mess about, and when it's time to get down to the nitty and gritty and be very serious, here's where it's at. You feel me? So we definitely got a good balance there. And yeah, man. As we're gonna close out in the next few minutes. Big up the people still in the chat. Please leave a like. Let me do even a like check. Let's get the like police out. Yeah, let's see how many likes there are. Okay, still on 9 likes. I want to get 10. Can I get a little 10? A little 10 likes. So one of you must have forgotten to like the video, man. Come on, man. Let's get.
Come on.
Yeah, man. I like 10, man. You get me? No hug. You know what I mean? Nah, but 100%, man. A lot of things in life are based on like traumatic experiences and what you see. You know, when you grow up in life, you just know what you see. You feel me? So, yeah, man. So yeah, it's interesting how the conversation goes back and forth because women have it hard in loads of situations and so do guys. And I guess it's just about finding the balance, man. I think the world is trying to get to a better place. You know, it is getting a bit too oversensitive with certain things. Maybe we can have a conversation about that. But yeah, I think generally we're trying to be more equal. You know, women are trying to be more independent. Guys are trying to be more sensitive and whatever. We're all trying to get to a better place. You feel me? What topic do you guys want to talk about next? Because I've kind of run out of topics when it comes to the Let's Talk. When it comes to football, I could talk football every day, you know. But what topics do you guys in the chat want us to talk about next? We can do the show every Sunday, but if there's other days where everyone's free, let me know, man. If I can get people in the comments to let me know what you want us to talk about next. Big up everyone so far. Big up Gifted Chick in the comments, Samantha, Amira Sweets, Oh yeah, big up yourself, man. Thank you, appreciate it, man. We're trying, man. What what topics do you guys want us to talk about next? Big up the O's in the chat, man. Big up the old gang. Triple Trey, Waki. Big up. Samantha, I think I bigged you up already.
We should do
Who else?
some like music industry shit.
Yeah, I want to talk about music, man. I'll get some producers in there.
Oh, shit, bro. I'm trying to tell
I'll
you.
sit in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Black Ghost. Big up Black Ghost, man. Don't want to leave you out. Magpies as well as usual. Z's. I'm gonna call you ZZ. I don't want to butcher your name. Don't want to butcher your name still. FNR as well. Big ADP ish. Bristol. Big up, man. Yeah, man. I don't know. What do you guys right now as we're here? What do you think we should talk about next show? Obviously, we can go into the music industry stuff. Free healing and trauma. Yeah, we can talk about that. That's a good shout. Benjamin says 360 deals in the music industry. Yeah. Listen, I got a lot to say about that. I'm gonna note these. I got a lot to say. As sure Renzo has as well. Yeah, 360 deals. Yeah, healing and trauma. We can do that. Yeah. We've got some unreleased mental health videos as well that we did. Deep conversation. I'm gonna release it on YouTube very soon. I'm gonna release that. Yeah, mental health. What else did we do? I've got them written down as well. We did a few offline recordings before we started going live, so I'm going to release some of that as well. And I did promise to do little snippets as well, so bear with me. I've just been slacking with that. But yeah, music, we're going to talk about that next. What do you say, listener?
So maybe do a little challenge. We talk about some of these challenges that are like on YouTube and stuff, and we can
I want to talk about that.
TikTok, social media. Let's have a social media conversation.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm down with that, man.
We should also talk about like where we would be at in the world if we didn't have certain shit, like an iPhone or it's something as simple as like a car. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's the next chat. That's the next one. There you go. That's the next one. Social media influence, the impact of social media. Where would we be without it? The pros and the cons. Yeah, let's do that. I'm down with that, man. And we could even talk about how toxic social media can be, how distraction phones and stuff can be. Screen time. See, listen, you got me started.
No, I'm with Renzo. What he said, I'm with Renzo on it 100%. How would we be affected without it? I want to have that conversation.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be the next chat. All right, people.
We wouldn't know each other without it. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah. Look at crazy. Yeah. Listen, once I go offline, you guys stay in the chat. We're gonna do a little roundup anyway. But for the people, what do you say?
I said maybe Renzo would have been like the Louis Vuitton guy holding the
No, but thank you everyone that turned up, and thank you for the likes, thank you for the comments. Big up the panel as always. Big up Jamie, Alyssa, Jade, Renzo. I think Jamila tried to come in as well, but her I don't know if it's her phone or whatever she came on with wasn't working too tough. Big up everyone in the chat as well, man. I hope you guys have subscribed. Everyone in the chat right now, I hope you've subscribed and put your post notifications on. And as I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, we are out, man. Peace.